Hello, friends. Welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be setting up the month of July in my half-letter Discbound planner. We'll decorate a monthly spread and a curly page in a fun summer theme, so come plan with me. And I've got some markers here ready to go, along with some solid washi tape and these Happy Planner sticker books, which I'll pull from. Okay, just gonna go ahead and lay down some wax paper and get started on this design. I was looking through what I had in my stash, and part of me wanted to do like a 4th of July theme, but I really just didn't have a lot of the right stickers for that. And so I came across a set of watermelon stickers during this process that I think I'm going to use for this layout. So I just grabbed one box sticker that I thought was a perfect match as far as colors and just vibe from one of the, I think that was the Best Year Ever Happy Planner sticker book. And now I'm going to get ready to add some of these watermelons onto the spread. I am going to take off the backing just to make it a little easier to grab out these stickers from the sheet. And sorry, this process takes a little bit longer than I thought it would. Had to like hand hold each one of these stickers to make sure it didn't come off with the backing. And since there's a lot of little tiny things on this page, it took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. But as a tip, that does help when you are having trouble grabbing stickers off of a sheet. If you take off the backing, just kind of gives you a little edge to grab onto. So let's go ahead and grab a few of these and just start putting them down. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to use these watermelon stickers. I only have this one sheet, and so even though there's quite a few of them, I wasn't really sure how far they would go once I actually started placing them. So I'm just going to be very conservative with how many I'm putting on the page and make sure that I'm not taking up too much, because I still have the currently page on the back also that I will need to decorate in the same theme. I also wasn't sure of a good design for this month, but I was thinking maybe a diagonal would be fun. I haven't done one in a while, but this spread tends to be very functional for me. I like to put in a highlight from each day in every box, so I didn't want to take up any significant amount of room using the stickers or the decor within the monthly section. So I'm going to put in a little bit of color using the washi tape to be a little bit more minimal there. And then kind of use the edges where there's some empty days as a way to add decor in a diagonal without really going through the middle of the spread. So this keeps it functional for me, which is very important, and I think it will look really good in the end. It kind of balances out, a little bit heavier on the top, but you've got a repeat of that on the bottom corner to kind of balance things out. So I think I have a base for what I want. I'm going to go ahead and just start laying things down because it's going to be hard to put these stickers on again since they won't really roll off very easily. So I'll just start grabbing them, putting them on the spread. Also, as I was laying in this washi tape, I just thought that maybe I wanted to use all 3 colors, but as I started laying it down, I just didn't like it as much. So my first thing is to take off the light pink and then go with just the red and green. So I'm going to start laying that in now and see how I like that. I probably should have done this on the wax paper because I ended up, moving things around a little bit more than I wanted to, but it all turns out good in the end. So I'm just going to lay in some more of that red tape. And that looks good for now. Let's go ahead and start laying in the rest of the stickers. I'm going to put in this box sticker here and just trim it so it doesn't fall into the box. Looks like it's, maybe hidden behind as far as the monthly layout there. And then I'll just trim off the other side on the edge. And I do attempt to kind of roll these stickers off just so I can make sure that the placement wasn't too far from where I had envisioned it on the wax paper. So I got a few rolled and then was able to kind of place the ones that didn't roll off easily where I remember them being. And that came out pretty well. So the key to this project is to have a small brush tip marker in black preferably, and to use it to make little matching seeds. Just adds that little bit of texture and kind of creates more of a flow pattern between the watermelon slices. And it's just a fun little added creative thing. I've definitely done this in the past, so this is not something new, but I am kind of going back through some of the things I used to do more frequently, and I'm trying to add that in to newer spreads. So you guys can just get a refreshed view of some of the techniques I've done in the past that I've really thought came out cute and are just that added something that makes things look a little more creative. The small brush tip marker is perfect for this because when you kind of lay it on its side, it creates almost like a little droplet shape when you tap it on the page or press it down. So it's perfect for little watermelon seeds. It's got a little point at the end and then kind of, flares out as you get towards the base of the pen. So just perfect for that technique. And you really don't have to be very skilled. It comes out pretty perfect each time. And as you can see, I am now revising my washi situation here. I decided that I wanted no green. I don't know, the green was just overwhelming the spread, and I kind of liked the red and pink a little bit better being the focus. So I'm going back and redoing all of the green with, moving the red to where the green was and adding pink on top. Just so it's more of a red and pink spread. I think I will like that better. The green was just a little too jarring, especially because it's more of a highlight color in the stickers. The red and the pink is really the star of the show. So I'm just going to replace out all of that washi tape. And I try to stagger it when I enter it into the monthly spread so it's not too symmetrical. I tend to like that a little bit better. Also, too, I am using odd numbers. That always looks a little bit more organic and fresh than when you use even number clusters of things. I went ahead and highlighted all of the numbers of the day to add a bit more color in that area using my pink mild liner. And now we're going to move on to the back and see what we want to do for that. I just tested out one of the box stickers I thought I was going to use to see if I could kind of cover up the green that was in that box sticker, but I just decided no, because it has an orange tone to it as well that I don't want to bring in. So I just looked through that whole Hey Bree book, and now I am into, I think this one is just the seasonal class. I think I call it seasonal classic. It's an older seasonal sticker book, similar to the Best Year Ever sticker book, and grabbed out a large quote that says, "Girls just want to have sun." I thought that the text used on that quote was the same as the other box stickers, so I liked that. And again, just kind of had the same vibe that I was going for with more of like a fun summer vibe. Now I'm in a seasonal teacher sticker book, and I pulled this one specifically for these longer boxes that I thought would be a good match for the color scheme. Just trying to figure out how to work them in. Since this is a currently page, this is where I track all of the items that I'm watching and that I'm reading, and then sometimes what I'm eating is my third category. I have had more categories than that in the past, but really those are the three main ones I really like to focus on. I like to add some extra boxes too for highlights from the month. So I'm going to bring in a little bit of the green here with those smaller boxes for highlights, but that's pretty much it. So it's definitely more of a supporting character versus the star of the show. And now that I think I have the orientation of these boxes ready to go, I'll go ahead and move these stickers down onto the page. I have an idea of where I'm going to put in the decor, so I wanted to get the boxes down first, and then I'll just put the decor in and around it so that it all matches up with what I have on the front. I'm just straightening out these boxes, making sure everything looks nice and aligned, figuring out where I want this last green box to go. And I'll go ahead and cover up the little watermelon that was already on there with one of my decor stickers so everything looks cohesive and there's no like different styles mixed in. And I went ahead and trimmed off the boxes as well and put those back onto the sticker book in case I want to use those again. Gonna lay in some washi tape now. I'll do the same red and pink setup. And I'll just do 2 top and bottom, caddy corner from each other, since this is only a single page. And now I'm going to drop in some of those watermelon pieces. When I am adding these, I'm trying to mix up the size of them. So there's like a full watermelon slice, there's like a quarter, there's like a third version. So I'm trying to mix those up as well as the colors. So there's no like 2 reds right next to each other, trying to break it up with pink or lighter tones so that it looks kind of randomized. So I'm going to create 2 diagonals going through the spread, kind of in the same way that it was on the front, but working around what I have there on the page. And then I'll just trim off the edges and save those pieces in case I can reuse them. And now we're back to adding in the seeds. Again, kind of randomizing it, so I'm like turning the pen around and trying to do different orientations of the seeds so they don't all look the same. Also trying not to overload it, trying to give it some white space as well. So you see the flow, but it's not like just seeds and all the seeds. You gotta kind of back off from what you probably feel like you should do, which I have to like tell myself, don't put too many seeds as I'm putting them down, because I know it will get just chaotic and not look as good as if you give it that white space. I'm gonna go ahead and pen in the headers for my currently boxes there, which was what I said before: eating, watching, and reading. And I see that I had some extras of the watermelon decor left over. And I didn't want to just leave a few on there that will probably never be used. So I'm just going to fill in a bit more here on the front side of this spread and try to make use of all of those decor stickers on this layout. Definitely trying to use the trimmings on the edges, again, just so it has more of a full feel to it. And I'm going to add a little bit more up here. Thankfully, these are paper stickers, so if I needed to cover up any of the seeds, I could easily do that because they were, thick enough to hide any of the seeds that were there. I'm going to do a little bit of maneuvering here just so this looks a little bit better. And looks more like a flow. I think that works. And we'll go ahead and add some seeds in between. Less is better. More can get overwhelming, but I do want them to all feel like one cohesive flow, like I said. So I am adding a few more to balance things out. Last thing I'm going to do here is to clean out a little bit of this washi tape that fell into the holes. And once I'm done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.